It's a great day back here at the KEKFILA's YouTube channel. I'm your host, KEKFILA, aka Sage. I'm just going over this game. This is again the I don't know what you call it, round 4 of this regional. And I'm against I forgot my opponent's first name. I'm so sorry, but he's in the Worst Generation podcast. And I was able to win the dice roll and go first. He's playing Kinemon. This was actually kind of an interesting round. This first turn, I'm really thinking real hard with this Perona. I don't exactly remember what I had on top of the deck, but I do remember this is the round where I saw 6 Discord pings and really thought nothing of it. I thought people were private messaging me, but it was actually the Discord saying, stop your rounds, repair. Unfortunately, we didn't see that, so we just kept on going, and we were still the same opponents. So I get a prone off, I get a boa here. He doesn't do anything on his first turn. Just kind of one of those games. This game was one of more of his truly unlucky games. Is green. Um, I would say like he actually did make it competitive, but I was just able to take it home because it's just unlucky, right? So all right, he gets this set up. Beige Capone and the Yamato. Wasn't able to kill the boa, so I'm able to take advantage. This is you really want to take advantage of doing things with boa here, and so I want to swing with leader. And actually, no, I wanted to. Ooh, no, yeah, I remember now. I wanted to draw this card because there's actually a good card. The next card was also 7 Warlord. I had lots of 7 Warlords at the top of that deck. As you could probably see, it's probably between a Jinbei and the Kuma. And I thought the Kuma might be better, so got the Kuma out there. And another thing that happened a lot in these tournaments, by the way, was our opponents, you could clearly see the cards in their hand, or at least a card or two. I would tell them generally in the middle of the game, like, hey, I could, or at the end of the game, I can see like a card or two in your hand. I really try to look down the whole time, but sometimes it's hard when you see like a shiny card or a 2K counter. It's not really that effect. But yeah, he places this law down, and wasn't able to get really any value off of it, but other than just placing it down. So that's what it does. Looks like I counter out for 2K because he's swinging at Boa, and I want to use Boa again. So I pay 3, look at the top 5 cards of the deck because I want to call a 7 Warlord out. I'm also digging for Mihawks, I believe. So I set this up, and I want to use a skill and draw a card this turn. And see if I can put some pressure. And the great thing is this law blockers, obviously a 5K. So looks like I decided to draw first in case of any Pump Gibsons. He just Paradise Waterfalls. I probably was swinging his Yamato, to be honest, this whole time. And then I went to his leader this time for 7. He just takes it. And it's another Boa Hancock. And I just proceed to pass turn, 2 active blockers. He then proceeds with this turn. I believe this is an 8 Dawn turn, so he might just play down a big Odin. That would be like a really good play, but he probably goes 5 into a Boa. My hand's really limited now. He's going to be coming in with at least 2 or 3 swings. Now the chat's coming in like, dude, just showing his hand. It's just what it is. Swinging 7 at the other Boa. I probably look to block this, and when I block with that, I pretty much show that I don't have a Pacifista in hand. Then I use a 2K counter. He plays a 7-cost kid, and I just go, okay, well, it's super strong. I'm just gonna place the Mihawk now. This game's super rough for him. If I'm able to get that off, and I think to myself, well, do I swing at his leader? Do I not swing? Let's just swing 5 at him. I need to start really pitching his hand down. He gives me a 2K, and then I swing 5 with my Kuma because I might as well, and then 5 again with my leader, giving me all 2Ks. Give me 3 2K counters there. And I just never seen anybody use those little choppery D-doos, but maybe people are using them because, well, is he a supernova? He's 2K counter, so that's all you really need to know sometimes, right? All right, so he goes with his turn here and just throws 7 at the boa. I just let that go. Goes 5, probably goes at the Kuma. I let that go as well. And he's still showing his hand a little bit. And I don't have another Mihawk in hand. That would be super good. He goes 7 at my leader. I just take this. Absolutely. And then he goes 5 for another law. Does not use law skill. 1 for the Toki Toki. And passes turn. He has definitely 2 Dawn for a Pump Gibson, so I have to think, okay, I need to swing big so he can't Pump Gibson anything. So I'll swing really big here, but I don't remember if I'm just trying to build board. I do remember the top 5 cards in my deck at this point, and it looks like I set up for a Love Mellow as well. So I think, okay, well, if I need to go 4 on here, what am I swinging at? Am I swinging at his leader still, or am I swinging at his? Am I swinging at his? So I go 8, most likely at his character law, most likely at his character law, and I call Kuma. And I go 10 at the character law. Yep, that's gonna eat the most cards out of his hand. I go to this. Lets me look at top 3 cards of the deck. And this card's busted, by the way. Looks at top 3, but the audit text is busted. I decide to pay 3. And look at top 5. And pay 1 for the law. And I pass turn with 1 active blocker. And I guess I didn't set up for a Love Mellow. This is where I pretty much failed to keep in mind his attacks. So he rests that. He swings 5, most likely at that, so it kills that. My hand is super limited here. He goes 7, I believe, at the Kuma. This is where I maybe made the mistake of blocking that out. So then he decides to swing really tall at the Mihawk. That was my mistake there. So I honestly just could have let the little Kuma die. Maybe the next card on top of the deck was a Pacifista or something. I don't know why I would ever save that. So this is where I start getting really scared here. I need to... My deck's semi-stacked to do some things, but I need to really push his field in his hand. But really, if I can get his field down, I might be okay. It's just the beginnings of me starting to throw, essentially. I still have a huge life lead. That's incredible. I call the Jinbei out. Was just another body for him to swing at. And then I have 4 Dawn active here. And it looks like I swung at his law, so he couldn't counter it. I swung 8 at that. And what am I doing here? I'm looking to play 4 cost. I guess I was thinking between a few different options. And, oh, I just go 9. Oh, because he's going to rest it anyway. Yeah, I just go 9 at that. I just need to get his field down. That was my thought process. I do want to get his field down so he can't hit me back, and then I have a Love Mellow to protect one of my cards. He can't kill both of them if I guard one of them. So he does this, and I Love Mellow draw. He probably swinging at the Jinbei. Okay, swings 8 at the Jinbei, and that doesn't really bottom deck anything. Then he pays his rest of his Dawn, which looks to be 2. Oh, he paid 2 and then 3 for Kiku's because he was able to use the skill. So we got 2 Kikus out, which just is pretty scary. I'm basically needing to just deal like as much damage as possible here. Because this is in throwing territory. He has 2 cards in hand. So I think to myself, here, do I have lethal? Because I have 3 attacks coming in. If he has this, could I swing 7, 7, and 8? Right? Can I swing 7, 7, and 8 at his leader? Because yeah, I'm just thinking, do I have lethal? So it looks like I just play this guy instead, and I just build up for lethal next turn. Because it's kind of fine. As long as if I can deal 1 or 2 damage to him this turn, or at least get down the rest of his cards in his hand, he can't really clear my field completely. Well, he could. I attached 2 to that for some reason. It looks like I'm going to swing with it. Oh, I just want to throw 8. Yeah, so he can't counter out of it. Like, it's not easy for him to counter out. And then I throw 8 again. Get Komoria. Komoria skill, grab a 2K counter. And looks like I still have myself set up with a Love Mellow. He gives me 2 2Ks, which is pretty great. And I play the unbelievable, unbeatable Alvida, actually. I just need as many bodies as possible. And this card's obviously very good if they have a killer. Like, yeah, this card gets over killers, just nuts. But they're going to be, really, it's more of another body at this point. So, as many bodies as possible. He's probably swinging at a character that's rested. He needs to help clear that. I give him a 2K and a 1K counter. He gives me 5K. I let that go. He rests one of my other units. And kills the Kuma. I obviously can't counter it, and I can't counter this one as well. With only 1 card in my hand. He has 5 Dawn. He just says go. I guess he has nothing better to do with it. And I'm thinking to myself, well, I guess I just got to swing 2 characters really tall, right? So, or 3 characters really small. I don't remember what I was going for here. It looks like I just throw 5 on here, go 7. So he just takes this, and then I think to myself, well, if you have it, you have it. I'll just go 10, and he says GG's. He had a killer and 2 Nikomamushis. He probably had the killer from the life. But yeah, just really unlucky, unfortunate stuff for Evan. Oh, I think it was Evan. Yeah, I think it was Evan. And I'll be posting another one here soon. It's just one of those unfortunate matchups. But that's basically it. If you have any suggestions for the setup or anything like that, please feel free to reach out. Peace.